we've been having is the requirement, the measure, the requirement and the measure. So when you can't give, when you don't have the capacity for the output that's required, then there's this inference of shame, really. Like, nobody says shame on you, but that's what it is, because you've failed their measure. And I think for a child who has not has had a difficult childhood, like they may have a parent with mental health problems or a single parent, like those kinds of dysfunctions, they've spent a lot of time in that fight or flight mode. And when you're in the fight or flight mode, you can't learn. So when you're spending a lot of time in the fight or flight mode, you haven't been able to learn, and then you're measured. This breaks my heart. Like, this is what's happening. This is what's happening, and it's putting students, children, in the position of having this build-up of shame so much that they just give up because there's no other way. They just become so disheartened, and then they doubt that they have anything of value. So if you think of it this way, like a country that has suffered a natural disaster, like, would you still be requiring the same capacity from that country, the same export, the same, I don't know, if they're in debt, like the same debt repayment, all of those things? You wouldn't. You can't expect that of that country, because they've had a natural disaster and everything's all over the place. And this is the same with the children in our world. So many children who don't have an ideal situation to grow up, to understand how to move through the world, how to regulate their emotions, just learning. They don't have the opportunity to learn about the system and how to take on information, process it, and give back. What they will be brilliant at is the shadow, the dark side, if they have the opportunity and the awareness of what that is, and that they do still have high value because of their experiences, and there still can be good that comes of this. And that's really that's the treasure that creativity brings, is the opportunity to discover that there is still a creator in me. There is still a consciousness that can figure out a way through, as long as I am aware and attentive to that truth, and not distracted by the shame of not being able to have the same function the function that's required. Because this life hurts, and there are many who are experiencing that hurt to higher degrees earlier in their life. And it's not fair for them just to be left behind because they can't keep up with the measure, with the requirement. And they actually have great treasure in their experience of the shadow, of the dark side. So that's one thing that I'm so grateful for with my suffering, is that I understand. I understand what it's like to be caught. Caught and measured. Like, what do you have feeling this for myself. I'm feeling it for all of humanity now. I'm feeling it for all the children who are still there, because I've found a way through with working through my failure with the system. And now my job is to bring light. And that is such a joy to me. It's such a joy to bring light. So this is why I'm speaking now. This is why I do what I do. And I will do my darndest to spread as much light as possible, because my heart just breaks for the children who are still stuck there. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. They don't have to. They don't have to carry that. I'm wrecking my makeup for work. Yeah, but it's just been incredible working at this school and seeing what I've got to work with. Because I think, as much as I feel like high school is where I can go very deep with the healing aspect, I want to wind it back to the younger years and figure out what paradigms need to be introduced. Simple paradigms for awareness of the treasure inside, awareness of how to move forward, how to pivot, how to think on your feet, how to problem solving, really. That's what it is. Connecting with that aspect of our own humanity that is a master problem solver, and exercising that, having opportunity to exercise that, build awareness around